What is going on, my fellow navigators, and welcome back to another video. My name is PokeNav and I am here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time. Today guys, it's all about investing once again, and I'm going to be showing you all the resources that I use to track Pokemon card investing data so that I'm able to stay on top of the markets and ultimately so that I'm able to make the best investing decisions for my portfolio. So I know you guys are really excited about this particular video. I've had a lot of requests for me to go over exactly what resources I use. So I'm gonna jump into a few of those today, give you guys some examples, some things that you can look at. And really there's about three main sources that I use that I'm gonna get into here shortly that really anybody can use to either get started or really hone their skills to be able to be a better investor and ultimately make the best investing decisions for themselves. So with that being said, guys, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, especially if you like these investing videos. I know many of you do. And also guys, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Looking over my YouTube analytics, it's kind of funny. Looking over those analytics, I actually found that most of the people who are returning and watching, especially these investing videos, are actually from non-subscribers. So for you guys out there that are coming back week after week, watching these videos, gaining the knowledge that you need to be a good Pokemon card investor, go ahead and show us some love. Go ahead and join the community. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single video. You know, we're getting close to about 200 subscribers at this point. We're on our way up to 1,000. So help us grow this community. Show some love to your boy PokeNav and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, guys, ahead of time. And if you'd like, go ahead and hit that notification bell as well. Like I said, if you want to be notified when I put out these investing videos, hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay too. You know, I'm a proponent of digital detox as well. I don't spend a whole lot of time on social media or anything like that, and I don't like to be bombarded with notifications. So I totally understand if you guys don't want to hit that notification bell. But I am putting out at least one video a week on the topic of investing. So if you guys don't want to hit the notification bell, just keep an eye out on YouTube for when my videos drop. Typically they're on Tuesday or Wednesday, just to kind of give you guys a heads up in that regard. But I do appreciate it ahead of time, guys. And as I said, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and if you'd like, hit that notification bell as well. So before we jump into it today, guys, I know you all are anxious to get into exactly what resources I use to track the Pokemon card market. But before we jump into that, there is something that I want to open with you all. It's something that I just got in the mail that is pretty special that I think you all are really going to enjoy. So what we're talking about here is right in this envelope. Now back on June 11th on my Instagram, which if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, be sure to do so, Pokemon_Navigator. When I was on Instagram, I saw that there was a giveaway going on for a base set holo Poliwrath, and it was by none other than Thuong Hayes and Gary Hayes on Instagram. Now, if you guys don't know who this is or who these people are, you might know Gary a little bit better by one of the names that he goes by either on Instagram or on eBay, and that is AKA King Pokemon, AKA Gary from Pawn Stars. That's right, guys, one of the biggest, probably the OG collector in the Pokemon world, Gary from Pawn Stars, AKA King Pokemon, and his wife, Thuong. They put together a giveaway, and your boy PokeNav entered. I think there was about 250 people that entered, and your boy PokeNav was actually one of the winners, which I was just as surprised as anybody because I normally don't win anything. So I was just as surprised. So I figured today I would go ahead and open this with you all. We can go ahead and get right into it, see exactly what it looks like, everything like that. So let's just go ahead and bust it open. Like I said, I know you guys are probably anxious to get into the topic of investing and going over these resources, but I thought this would be pretty cool considering this, doesn't happen that often. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Ooh, and I think it even comes with oh, here we go, guys. So here it is. Base set, and I think it's just unlimited, but base set holo Poliwrath, and as you can see there, it is signed by Thuong and King Pokemon themselves. Really, really cool. Really appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out their Instagram, I'll go ahead and put the actual Instagram names here on the screen so that you guys can go ahead and check them out. But really good people. I really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to them and thank them very much for this giveaway and for sending this in to me. Really cool. This is going to go in my personal collection, and something that I will always remember, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you for that, guys. So again, thank you so much for watching through that, guys. Really do appreciate your patience. I figured you guys would really enjoy that considering it's from such huge members of the community, and something like that doesn't come around often. And again, my thanks to both Thuong and Gary Hayes for providing that giveaway. They're doing a lot of them too. They do a lot of giveaways, so be sure to go enter those giveaways on their Instagram. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. I'm gonna jump right into the resources that I use to stay on top of the Pokemon card investing market, and the resources that you guys can use to either get started or really fine tune your skills in becoming a better Pokemon card investor. And for me, I really use three main sources, really as foundation to make sure that I'm staying up to date with everything that's going on. And that's really one, the PSA site, so Professional Sports Authenticators. I use their site quite frequently. I use another site called E4. This was put together by a lot of old school collectors. It's massive. It's a massive site, but they put it together really, really nice so that it's very user friendly. In fact, SM Prout, I believe, was one of the founders of that. And it's just a fantastic site. So I use that quite often. And then also eBay. And I'll go ahead and jump into those right now with you guys so you can see exactly how I use these sites. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna jump onto the PSA site. So this is just psacard.com. And the thing that I like to go to mostly on here is the population report. So here at the top of the screen, you can see the pop report. And this is just giving you the population of any given card that PSA has had graded cards for. So it's not gonna give you the total population, but it's gonna give you the population for all PSA graded cards. So it's gonna give you a really accurate indication. So the first thing we'll get into here is graded cards specifically. I'll show you the sites that I use to really hone my skills in investing in graded cards. I've mentioned in a previous video that I don't invest in graded cards a whole lot. I view them a lot like I do with stocks, in that they're kind of it's what I kind of use for my growth strategy. If I'm looking to really flip something quickly, then I'll go for graded cards. So here on PSA, we're looking here at the population report. We can go ahead and search. You can see here I've had some recent searches. We'll just go with the 1999 Pokemon First Edition. So this is base set essentially. So if you're looking for base set on here, you might not find it. You'll want to look for 1999 Pokemon First Edition. So we'll come down here, 1999 Pokemon game. And what you can see here, first of all, at the top, these are all of the cards, the total amount of cards that have been graded by PSA. So almost 182,000 cards. And then you've also got 738 autograph cards. So if I got my Poliwrath graded, I would also count in this total 4 autographed cards. Taking a look here, looking at the population reports, the thing that I like to focus on mostly for the population report is this right here. Obviously, the higher the population, typically the less valuable the card is because there's more supply in the overall market. So as you can see here, you've got an Alakazam Holo, PSA 10s. Right now, the population reports on the market is 329. Here at the top, you can see that there is all of the various grades, so you can go all the way from 10 down to 1. A little caveat with this, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that PSA 10s will always be very accurate. PSA 9s and below, especially PSA 8 and below, those will not always be an accurate report. And the reason being is that when someone gets a PSA 9 or a PSA 8, chances are they're going to try to have that regraded somewhere down the line. So they may break the case open, resubmit it to PSA, and then that may come back PSA 10, or it may just stay as a PSA 9. So those reports aren't always that accurate. However, for PSA 10, those reports are always going to be accurate. And the thing that you want to look at here is the lower the population, typically the more valuable the card. So looking right here, for instance, we've got a Blastoise Holo. This is with the stage error. You can see that there's only 6 in the population at a PSA 10. So that's gonna be an extremely valuable card. Going down, you know, the one that everybody's gonna be interested in is obviously the Charizards. And you can see here, even the Charizard Holo base set, this is just the unlimited version right here, but there's 427 there. Now that's not to say that that card isn't valuable, because it's really the creme de la creme of the series, but you can see there's a lot of those in circulation. Here you've got a Charizard Holo First Edition and a Charizard Holo Shadowless. And you can see there's only 53 in existence. So that is going to be a very, very valuable card, which you all know. One that you might not know is right here, we've got a Machamp Trainer Deck A. These Trainer Deck A's are really hard to come by, and you can see there are PSA 10, there's only 6 in existence. So that is a very, very valuable card. So that's really where I like to start. If there's one card that I'm interested in, a graded card that I'm interested in getting, I will come here to the PSA Pop Report, take a look at that first and foremost, and see how many are actually in circulation. Typically, I don't buy anything below a PSA 9 or 10 because I like to know what I'm getting into as far as the population reports are concerned. So that's a good place to start. And also, if I'm looking to get a card graded, I like to know what the population reports for that particular card are, so that I can get an indication of how valuable it may be. So from there, the next place that I want to take you guys is to the E4 website. This is the Elite Forum. So you can find this e4.proboards.com. So the nice thing about this, it's a forum, first and foremost, where you can find a lot of different topics. This is a great place to go if you've got any questions about investing, if you want to converse with other investors and collectors out there. Really great website. But the area that I go to is right here, Pokemon Price. And then from there, we're gonna go up to Analytics. And in this area, these are the 5 categories that I will look through when it's coming to cards in general and graded cards. So the first one here is total set price over time. And you can see here, you can select by different series. So right now it's got the base set first edition selected, and my computer is gonna be really slow today. The internet hasn't been functioning that well. But here you can see base set first edition, and you can see how the set has either increased or decreased in sales over time. So if we zoom out here, you can see here that this is showing PSA 10s within the set, PSA 9s within the set, and PSA 8s within the set. And you can see here, really starting, as I've said before, goes back to about 2016. That was the Renaissance. That's when everything started to boom. You can see it start to climb here, and then really this year has just been tremendous for growth. So the most recent, let's see here, the most recent numbers, PSA 10 base set first edition value, $171,484 on May 31st. Doesn't include super energy removal in those recent sales, but it's nice because you can look at a particular set and see how it's trending. Ultimately, you want to see an upward trend. You know, if you're looking at investing in a set, you want to see a consistent trend of upward movement, and obviously base set is one of those that's going to have that. You don't see it as much, obviously, with the PSA 9s, PSA 8s within the set, but obviously PSA 10s, you're seeing a tremendous movement there. So we'll go ahead and go back. Here you've got record high low prices over the last 60 days. This is really nice because it's going to show you exactly how prices have fluctuated for particular cards within that particular set. So as soon as it comes up here, you can see we're showing record prices for grades 10. So this is just for PSA 10s. You can go and you can change this to different grades for PSA. So this is showing you within particular sets. These are the record highs and lows. Let's see, just taking, so even a Bulbasaur Shadowless here, you can see that the previous record price was $100. The new record price is now $500 for a common in Shadowless. That's pretty incredible. You know, just going down a little bit further. I mean, look at this. Fossil Aerodactyl First Edition pre-release holo. You can see the prices are just growing like crazy, and you can see the percent change in each of these. So you can see, you know, how things are trending, if they've gone up, if they have gone up, by how much. So nice section here. I don't typically come to this a whole lot. It's really this section right here that I like to go to. I like to see the market cap for sets. And the reason that I like this is it shows sale prices for particular cards. So again, right here, we're looking at PSA 10 graded cards. As you can see, we've got a Charizard First Edition Holo. One thing to keep in mind here that I like to do is I like to cross-reference the population reports for the analytics here on E4, and I like to go back and cross-reference, I don't know why I can't say that today, cross-reference that with the population reports on PSA. So you can see there, we've got 120 for the population report for a Charizard Holo First Edition, and we come back here, 120 there. So that's a great way to make sure that you're, you know, using data to make sure that your population reports are correct, and we can see that that is there. E4 does a really good job, guys. The analytics here are awesome, and I highly, highly recommend this site. So you can see here that the last sale price for the Charizard First Edition Holo, almost $75,000. It was back on May 2nd, 2020. And then you can also see here the 60-day median price. So over the last 60 days, this is what that has averaged. Now, obviously, it looks like there might have only been one sale for this. These are really hard to come by, but you'll be able to see a better indication in cards that are sold more often in this 60-day median price. And then the market cap here on the end is basically just taking the last sale price and multiplying that by the population to give you the total valuation of cards sold for that particular card. So the market cap for a Charizard First Edition Holo, almost $9 million. Just absolutely incredible. And then if you want, you can always click here on the last sale price, and then that will take you to the site that it was actually sold on. So you can see here, we're going to eBay, and it was sold here back on May 2nd of 2020 at 6:44 a.m. So you can always verify those sales there. So this is really great, guys. I love this page because if I'm looking at investing in a graded card, I can come here and I can see what the median price for that card is. I can see what the last sale price for that card is. So I know what I'm getting into. I know if I'm getting a fair price, if I'm getting overpriced, or if maybe you found something that is under market value. And this is a great place to go to find that information. So we'll go ahead and bounce back here. A few more categories. Most cards sold by certification number. So looking here, these are showing the sales for cards that have basically been sold more than 3 times by separate sellers. So typically what this is showing is cards that are coming back onto the market, or cards that have been bought and flipped for profit rather than being held in collection. So you can see here, base set Charizard First Edition Holo PSA 9. Again, guys, like I was saying before, those PSA 9s and below, population reports not always that accurate on these, because they're typically being bought and flipped, or they're being bought and they're trying to regrade them. So the population report's not always so accurate. You can see here that the sold count for that was 6. You can see up here, it looks like the most was a Salamence E-League winner Holo PSA 9 from this 2004 game promo. Misty Cedra as well. You typically see that one getting flipped quite a lot, and that's indicative here on the sold count. So last one here, total sales volume. And guys, thanks if you're hanging around for this long. Thank you very much. This is probably going to be a little bit longer video, but I definitely want to give you guys these resources because these can be invaluable in making your investment decisions. And this is where I spend a lot of time and a lot of energy. And this is really how you become a good investor. As I was saying before, you've got to gain that knowledge. You've got to gain all of this information in order to make the best investment decisions. So looking here, we've got the total sales volume over time. So this is just really looking at the total sales for Pokemon cards in general. So really the only thing that I really pull from this page as far as information is I just like to see that the total sales value and the total sales count are upward trending. When you start to see a dip like that, that's not what we want to see. What we want to see is slow, progressive, upward movement. That is indicative of a good investment, and that's indicative that the hobby as a whole is performing very well. So you can see here, total sales value most recently for April 2020, over $2 million. So this is how much money was spent in each of these months and on those sales. So you can see here, over $2 million in the month of April on Pokemon cards. That is what we like to see. So that's pretty much it for E4, and that's pretty much it for graded cards as far as my foundational websites that I like to go to. The other thing is also eBay. Now, eBay you can always bounce to. You can see recently sold items, and that's really if you're looking at valuation and investments and you're going to eBay, you want to look at recently sold, and then that way you can get an aggregate or a median of what particular card you're looking at, especially if it's graded cards, and you can get an idea, if another card comes on market, if it's undervalued, overvalued, things like that. But what I want to jump into now, guys, is booster packs and booster boxes. Now, to be honest with you, this isn't going to take a whole lot of time, because realistically, when it comes to booster packs and booster boxes, for me, the knowledge that I have gained from this has really come from firsthand experience in just being in the hobby for a number of years. But you can also use eBay as a resource as well. So we can go ahead here and you can see I've been looking up different things. We'll just go with a Pokemon Fossil booster pack. And again, once you come to the page, you want to filter this by sold items. And I don't know why it always double clicks completed items as well, but you always want to search by sold items so you can get an idea of what those particular investments are selling for, so that you can make sure that one, if you're a buyer, you're not overpaying, and two, if you are a seller, that you're selling it at a fair price. So taking a look here, we can just kind of scroll through some of the most recently sold. We've got a Pokemon Fossil Long Stem Booster Pack. This is 3 packs, and this is actually pretty good price, $250. Typically what I see with unlimited packs, let me see if I can find one. This one right here is typically what you see for unlimited edition fossil packs, and typically they're under $100. So anything under 100 I think is a good buy in my opinion. Here you can see back on June 22nd, this one sold for $87 plus shipping. This is an unlimited as well. Obviously, when you get into first edition, good rule of thumb typically is that first edition is usually going to be double the price of what an unlimited pack is going for. So let's see if we can find one here that is first edition. Here you can also see we've got some heavy packs. For those of you that don't know, heavy pack is essentially there's a high likelihood that there is a holo in that pack. Basically, as it goes, this has gone around for a long time, but as such, a heavy pack with a holo in there, it's going to weigh about maybe half an ounce to sometimes even an ounce more than a pack that has a non-holo in it. So that's what you're seeing here when you see something that says heavy or unweighed or light. That's usually giving an indication that there's a high likelihood of a holo being in there, and so sellers are going to charge a premium for that. And you always want to see that there's a scale in the picture so that you can actually verify that it is a heavy pack. Let's see, we're just looking for some first edition ones here. Here we go. So we got a 1999 Pokemon Fossil sealed first edition booster pack, and as you can see, it's about $175, which is about double of what an unlimited pack is going for. So guys, this is where I like to go, both for booster packs and for booster boxes. I like to go to eBay. I like to look at recently sold so that I know if I'm going to be getting into a particular product that I'm getting into it for a good price, and also if I'm selling product that I'm selling it for a fair price as well. So let's see if we can just run through a booster box real quick, just so you guys can see that as well. But really, it's the same strategy here. You're just really looking at the aggregate. And what I like to do with a lot of these as well is I like to plug them into a spreadsheet when I see sold items so that I can see how it's trending. Now that actually reminds me of one thing. One other thing that you can do is you can also come back here to PSA, and this will at least give you a foundational knowledge on packs that have been graded. So it's not going to give you the market on all packs, but at least packs that have been graded. And it can be a good indication or a bad indication, because most of the time when packs are going to be graded by PSA, those are going to be held in collections. They're not coming out onto the market. But you can also take a look at that as well. So right here, we've got 1999 Pokemon base foil pack. And as you can see here, if you're looking at the population reports, so we've got the Blastoise pack. It looks like we've got 27 PSA 10s on the market as of now. We've got some German, Dutch, Portuguese, and actually I'm not seeing, oh, there's a Venusaur. I'm not seeing, and there's the Charizard. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So 32 on the market right now that have been graded PSA 10. So that at least gives you a little foundation of kind of what's out there, but like I said, most of the time, those are just gonna be held in collections. So let's go ahead and bounce back to eBay. Again, the booster boxes are few and far between. Let me make sure that I've got it. Yeah, I've got it marked as booster box, and I've got it marked as sold. Okay, so here's one. It looks like the most recent one was back on June 20th of 2020 for 3,700, and this is an unlimited box. So again, I would plug that into my spreadsheet, say, June 20th, 2020, and then it'll automatically run a graph for me so I can see how things are trending. Right now with Pokemon cards, everything is trending upwards. It seems like, doesn't matter what set it is, it's trending upward. Let's see if we can find another one. We got a few blister booster packs here. Those are pretty cool. Looks like that one's actually been opened. Let's see. Here we go. We got a first edition fossil booster box, 6,300. And again, you can see here, just like with booster packs, with first edition and unlimited, typically unlimited is going to be about half of what a first edition is going to be, and you can see that there. So that is pretty much it, guys. The one thing that I want to drive home with booster packs and booster boxes is that for me, I've been doing this for a while now, so I know how the markets are trending on booster packs and booster boxes. But really, this harkens back to a point I made in a previous video, where with these particular products, it's really good you can have this information here, let's say on eBay, but it's a really good time to try to find a mentor, try to find somebody that's been in the hobby for a while that has seen how these have trended. You can always throw together a spreadsheet for yourself as well, just plugging in the data when you see things sold. But this is where, going out, watching videos like this, watching other collectors and investors, that's where that information is really invaluable, because sometimes the market data is tough to come by. Although I've made comparisons in the past of Pokemon cards to the stock market or the financial market in general, we don't have all of the mechanisms at our disposal to track that kind of data like we do in other markets. And so in this particular area, this is a good chance to really reach out to somebody, find somebody that's knowledgeable on the topic, and really garner that knowledge from them. And then for PSA graded cards, like I said, the PSA website, great place to start. E4, make sure you guys check out that website. Make sure you check it out. That is invaluable information, and it's updated, I believe, every 60 days. So they do a really good job of staying on top of that information. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I know this has been a long video, but you guys have been requesting this, and I hope that it has been informative for you and it has been valuable. If you guys have any other questions, please go ahead and ask me down in the comment section. I try to answer those as much as I can. Go ahead and check me out over on Instagram as well, Pokemon_Navigator. You can always DM me over there and ask me questions in that medium as well. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate the support. Another big thank you and shout out to Thuong and Gary Hayes for this Polyrath. Really appreciate it, guys. Other than that, my name is Pokenav. I am here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.